I'm in the middle of the racing team, managing the factory racing team, and also R&D advisor. That means the goal is to develop new bikes, also manage the racing team, but connect both of them, because the improvements we make in each side, they are connected and there's nothing missing.
Well, I'm Joki Sauer, product manager of GASGAS Trial, and well, I'm kind of connected to trials since I was a young kid. I started with trials before I stepped into enduro, and still today I do trials competition, and trial is still my favorite hobby.
I'm the project manager for trial bikes in GASGAS since the last 10 years. I started in the industrialization side of the company, just to industrialize the new designs. But this was just for around 3 years. And then I became as a project manager for the complete project from the beginning, just preparing the requirements for the project.
I am Serge Aznar, working at Zero Design as a project responsible for the Trials project, and working together with GASGAS and KTM doing the engineering of the bike. Yeah, in the past, since 2012 up to 2014, we were working in the past with GASGAS, both enduro and trial projects.
So before I was not really riding trial bikes, but as soon as I was involved in the trial projects, I started to try, and now I cannot really live without trial riding.
You know, here in Austria there is a certain connection to trials. Already back in the 70s, KTM made a trials bike which even won the German championship. And a few years ago, 5-6 years ago, we decided to start a trials project, and we made a trials bike, an orange trials bike, which was ready to be tested at the highest level, but we never decided to bring it into reality because we already had the idea to make a direct connection with GASGAS, and therefore we tried to get in connection with a trial expert we found finally in Spain.
Yeah, the connection, let's say, at Zero we've been working on trials world since many years ago with different brands, different projects. So yeah, when the GASGAS brand came into the KTM group, this was a huge opportunity also to bring some experience there, to work closely with GASGAS guys that are close to us, so it was really cool.
As a factory rider, of course, you pay attention to your goal, which is winning races and being on the top, and you're a little bit disconnected of what's happening with the production bike. And now with the transition to the team manager and as well R&D advisor, which I think is the key, you care about both things. You have present in your mind what you need for racing, you have present what you need for the standard bike, and you try to make connections, and sometimes you are testing things for the racing, but you think, okay, maybe it's not that useful for the racing team, but it could be for the R&D team for the standard bike.
We as product managers, we define which way to go, how to improve the motorcycles in the future. So we scan the market, we do benchmarking compared to what the competition does, and we tell the R&D guys how or what to improve and which way to go.
We merge the good things from every side. We meet every week in the meetings, and we exchange information every week. Time ago, it was a more individual job.
If R&D does a new step in development, we as product managers, we always have to kind of double prove, is it the right way we wanted to have for such a new product. You know, there is no discussion. That development team here in Austria is expert when it comes to off-road motorcycle. But of course, a trials bike is a different off-road motorcycle to what we are used to. And therefore, we brought together the experts, the racing experts, and also the development experts from Spain, from GASGAS Spain, together with our experts here in Austria, in Mattighofen. And this is how we approach that new project.
From the Austria, they bring the knowledge they have in general from the off-road racing department and developing the bikes for so many years and so successful. From, let's say, Zero, they make basically all the drawings between what we ask in Spain and the ideas in Austria. They are the next between the two teams. And in Spain, we mainly have the knowledge of the past 20, 30 years making trial bikes. So these are the main areas. From here, it arrives the fresh ideas, and in there we match with all the experience.
Basically, all the testing was done in real conditions, not in a laboratory, in the mountain, doing sections as difficult as we need. So the result was, at the end of the day, was very good.
Percentage-wise, before it was 70% rider feedback and 30% calculations or data on the computer. Now I would say riders still have a lot of influence, 40% maybe, but now 60% is on the design phase.
So it was very, very important to choose the right testing rider. So this was nearly the secret.
And I think this is the good part, being in the middle and understanding the needs from both walls and put it together to take the juice. Yeah.
Yeah, let's say in the past, working with GASGAS, the changes were quite small. We had quite limited playground to make some changes and to develop the parts.
And now, working as a team manager and a connection with the R&D team, it's easier because you can plan goals. Actually, the team that you have is it's fantastic because you have people from Austria with fresh ideas, people from Zero who also has knowledge in trial wall. So when you have a doubt, it's so easy to open an email, put all them together and send the information. Okay, we have in our heads this goal, this desire. How do you think we can reach it?
Currently we have more resources for sure, so we can really understand that comment, what it means in terms of behavior of the bike, or as we said, telemetry, try to understand what they want. So yeah, we can rely more on data and try to make them, let's say, we can be more focused on the solution since the beginning. This is a big change.
There are sometimes small details, but they show you that they focus in every small things to make the bike better and more precise.
So it's very nice that KTM was respecting always our knowledge.
So this experience also can be brought to GASGAS on this project. Yeah.
The first thing is we need to know what is the status of the existing product and which way to go and what is the competition, what is the benchmark. And so the first thing was we did a lot of analysis internally of the existing bike. We did a lot of data logging, what is the strengths and the weak point of the existing bike. So we also tested all the competitors, comparing them, what are the good points of the competition bikes. And so we set a new benchmark we wanted to achieve, and that's how we came there to the new product.
And with KTM, it opens a new door.
So we can use their test labs, the technologies like the telemetry and so on that we can apply to our product. So we can have at the end more performance, better endurance, have a better product now. Too.
You know, Trial is a small brands working in their workshop that is like it can be your garage, let's say, and they put a lot of heart, but not this amount of technology.
Here in Austria, anyway, it's an international team already, with a lot of nationalities. Working together with the team in Spain, it's fantastic. It was no issue at all. We did regular meetings virtually. We also did regular meetings on the point in Spain for testing, for discussing design details, but also a lot of appointments here in Mattighofen.
When I was rider, yeah, there was a clear leader in the trial industry, and it was GASGAS, because they make a big step forward in 2000 with the new engine, with the new bike. And since then, I remember all the factors they've been involved in Sherco Vita. Their focus was to match, not to go ahead, just to match the GASGAS bike.
But to be the best in both important places. Let's say one is the racing, so to have the most competitive bike, but also to have a racing available for the customer.
But at least in this area, when you were a rider and you were focusing on deciding the bike you want to ride, everybody was thinking about the GASGAS.
This is a big challenge, always, to have this kind of bike. And that was our main goal.
And at that time, what GASGAS did, it was make a product created for the top riders and then scale down for the public.
For developing the new trial bike, we mainly focused on the chassis itself. There was no need to improve the engine, so mainly we wanted to gain better rideability, better agility.
The main highlights on this bike has been for sure to improve the quality, then to keep the GASGAS DNA on the trials. They are really experienced. They have one of the best bikes, so we wanted to keep that, so riders can feel at home when riding with this new bike.
I think the most significant changes that KTM has done with the new bike is, first of all, understanding where was our product in the past, making all these tests with the telemetry and stress tests to really understand which areas of the bike are suffering more to improve it.
On this new trial bike, we took a very good base from the current GASGAS, and we tried to implement a lot of new developments. So the end is the same base, but new generation, I would say.
And so we wanted to make the bike in terms of frame. We found some solutions which make the bike easier for handling, easier to ride. But all these steps also benefit to the high-level riding of the factory riders.
Yeah, for example, today we are using the telemetry, the recording data, every kind of test bench that can be done for the swing arm, endurance, braking test, for the frame also.
We put data logging systems on the bike with more than 40 signals and sensors, and this gave us the chance to really understand what are the maximum forces, what are the maximum stress points in a bike, and this gave us the chance to transfer this know-how into the new project in order to really fine-tune parts like the swing arm and frame and so on.
And then performance. That means from ergonomy's point of view to performance on the engine, geometry of the bike to overcome the obstacles. Everything has been taken into consideration.
To make it easier for the highest level of factory, for the factory riders, but also for the big mass of hobby rider or low-level riders. The goal was for the new project to get a better rideability, to improve the quality, and to make the bike also look more modern, to clearly indicate how this is a new generation now, this is a step forward.
Because this is important. At the end, we sell bikes that are not cheap. Always a motorcycle is expensive, and they want that the customer is proud of their product. So they make it a good thing on this side, and then they try to make everything a little bit better. And they care of the main parts to improve, to make the customer happy and to keep trusting with GASGAS. GASGAS, it means to me trial and passion, because I remember when I was young, the first bike I desired when I was 13, 12 years old, I was finishing riding with a bicycle. It was having a GASGAS on my garage.
GASGAS is for sure, when it comes to the history, one of the most successful brands, and having the chance to even improve this bike to make it even better than it is, this was a great idea, and that's something I really appreciate in that project.
But never I had the feeling of belong to a brand, and this is the feeling I have with GASGAS.
Personally, it has been amazing to work on this project. From many years ago, we've been working on many trials projects, but not like this, with these resources, with this open-minded from KTM and GASGAS. So yeah, it's been a great challenge for the team.
The passion they put, the trust they put in the sport, it's something that I've never seen in other brands. They always bet a lot in racing, they always bet a lot in the bikes, they believe in the product, they believe in people, and they just reinforce this idea that GASGAS has always on their mind, on their group, and even bring it higher. So for me, it's passion, it's heart, it's racing, it's having fun and trying to enjoy and give you the best product.